If we have Wu-Tang records, we got Wu-Tang records, Wu-Tang merchandising. But everything is gonna be official.
Wu-Wear, we got Wu-Wear.
Nobody make videos like Wu-Tang, man. Word up, man. Nobody do interviews like Wu-Tang. Nobody do music or rhyme like Wu-Tang.
I'm coming down off, months and months of e-pill usage and shit and depression, and I have these anxieties, especially social anxieties at times and shit.
That's what Rock said.
And I didn't want to talk to anybody because I didn't want to be exposed.
Method Man finally spoke on RZA, and fans were not expecting this. For years, rumors about tension inside Wu-Tang followed the group everywhere, especially around RZA and the biggest names in the crew. People kept wondering what was really happening behind closed doors. But when Method Man finally addressed it, he did not throw out drama or attack anybody. Instead, he used one powerful word that completely changed the conversation. What he said about RZA shocked listeners because it painted a very different picture of the man behind the Wu-Tang empire. Before Wu-Tang Clan became a legendary force in hip-hop, Robert Fitzgerald Diggs was just a kid from Brooklyn searching for purpose. Born July 5, 1969 in Brownsville, New York, he grew up surrounded by struggle and pressure. But while the streets showed him harsh realities, his mind was locked into music, philosophy, martial arts movies, and deep storytelling. Diggs also spent time reading and studying spiritual ideas. He was heavily focused on discipline, knowledge, and self-awareness. That mix of street experience and sharp thinking gave RZA a vision that would later change hip-hop forever. While other artists only focused on rapping or performing, Diggs was thinking way bigger. He did not just want attention, he wanted to build something that could survive for years. Before Wu-Tang Clan was even created, he tested different rap names and formed small groups with friends and family. Those early moves taught him the creative side and the business side of music fast. He saw opportunities come and go overnight and realized talent alone would never be enough. Strategy, planning, and vision mattered just as much. Those lessons later shaped how he led Wu-Tang. When Wu-Tang officially came together in the early 1990s, Diggs stepped up as RZA, the group's main producer and creative force. But his mindset was different from most rap groups at the time. Instead of keeping everyone trapped under one spotlight, RZA built a system where each member could grow solo careers while still pushing the Wu-Tang name together.
Right.
When you heard the NWA album, you expected to hear all of them on each record, but you didn't. Sometimes you just got Easy. Sometimes you got Ice Cube and Ren, or just Dre and Cube, and you know what I mean? And RZA did that same but it was more Clutch Genius than anything because we had these records for years before anybody even heard these. So he put them all together and made them sound like it was a complete album. This is why Method Man is a solo record on a Protect Your Neck, on the flip side of it.
That setup changed the game completely. Wu-Tang became more than just a rap group. It became a full business blueprint. RZA produced most of the early records and created a sound nobody could ignore. His beats mixed soul samples, hard drums, and martial arts movie clips into something raw, dark, and cinematic. The music felt gritty, but ahead of its time at the same time. That style quickly became the signature sound of Wu-Tang and inspired producers across hip-hop. As the group exploded in popularity, RZA's name started getting major respect from magazines like The Source and Vibe. His talent later reached Hollywood too, with work in movies, TV, directing, and acting. Still, the heart of his legacy stayed connected to Wu-Tang Clan. RZA was not just making beats, he was organizing powerful personalities and turning them into a movement. He saw opportunity where other people saw confusion, and one member in particular was about to rise fast. That artist was Method Man. Long before fame, Clifford Smith Jr. was a young rapper from Staten Island with serious charisma and confidence. Even early on, his voice, energy, and presence made people pay attention the second he walked into a room. Talent alone does not always give somebody direction, and things started changing when Method Man met Robert Diggs, later known as RZA, around 1990.
I don't know. I act off other people's emotions, right? Because I got like 36 different ones myself. That's why I'm a method man. Method, when you hear the word method, usually it's like a bunch of things. A method, like certain methods to different things. It depends on what you're talking about or what you're applying. And so, like my method of rhyming is, I don't know. I just say everything that everybody like to hear. You know what I'm saying? I take it back. I mean, way back to days when you waking up early in the morning, Saturday morning cartoons.
That connection would become one of the biggest turning points in hip-hop history. Back then, RZA was still building his sound and making music under the name Prince Rakeem. The first time Method Man heard one of RZA's demos, he knew it was different immediately. The production sounded focused, cinematic, and carefully built. It was not just random beats thrown together for attention. Method Man realized RZA was creating a full vision and identity through music. That moment sparked a creative partnership that became a major part of Wu-Tang Clan's rise. As the group started forming in the early 1990s, Method Man quickly separated himself from the pack. His deep voice, calm delivery, and natural charisma instantly grabbed listeners. RZA saw that star power early. Every member had their own strengths, but Method Man had a style and presence that could connect with hardcore rap fans and mainstream audiences at the same time. RZA's leadership went way beyond making beats. He studied every Wu-Tang member closely and figured out how to bring out their strongest qualities. When he looked at Method Man, he saw somebody who could carry the Wu-Tang name to a much bigger audience. That plan became obvious when Method Man was picked as one of the first members to launch a solo career. In 1994, RZA produced Tycall, Method Man's debut album. The project had that dark, gritty Wu-Tang sound fans were already obsessed with, and it instantly made Method Man a major force in hip-hop.
Then after he made that song, everybody in the hood called him Method Man. You know what I mean?
He literally was going just by Shaquan before he made the record.
Yeah, so
the Method Man was almost like a nickname that he was saying, like he was.
Yeah.
But then it became the name.
You
Wow.
know what I mean?
I never
knew that.
You realize that, Sean? I didn't realize.
So Method Man was just the chorus. It wasn't his name.
Or the concept.
It was the concept, because Meth was
alter ego.
Meth is weed,
Right, because Meth is weed.
Yeah.
He's the king of smoking weed, so he's the Method Man.
Fans connected with his personality, storytelling, and unforgettable voice, while RZA's production gave the album its own powerful identity. The success of Tycall boosted RZA's reputation too, proving he was more than a producer. He knew how to guide artists and bring out their full potential. For Method Man, that success built even more trust in RZA's vision. Their partnership showed that solo fame and group loyalty could work together instead of competing against each other. That formula became one of Wu-Tang's biggest strengths. Each Wu-Tang member had space to build a solo career while still adding to the group's legacy. Back then, that setup was almost unheard of. Most rap groups either stayed locked together or fell apart once fame and personal goals started growing.
Month of the man, me and Rap Man, he like a brother, you know what I'm saying? And it's all gonna be fat. I suggest that you go pick my joint up in September, because it's gonna be...
Out of the work that you guys have done thus far, which has been your favorite single on the album?
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to with.
That's your favorite?
Yeah.
Wu-Tang moved differently. They expanded without fully losing their connection. For a while, the formula worked perfectly. Members dropped successful solo albums and still teamed up for major group projects. With every release, the Wu-Tang brand got bigger, reaching music, fashion, and pop culture fast. But success also brought pressure. Managing different careers, creative ideas, and business moves became harder over time. What once felt smooth now needed non-stop communication and organization. As the years passed, those growing challenges slowly started testing the unity that made Wu-Tang special from the start. The group evolved from hungry young artists into successful individuals, each chasing different goals and responsibilities. Success opened new doors, but it also brought bigger expectations. RZA's leadership once gave Wu-Tang a strong, clear direction, but handling a group filled with powerful personalities was never going to stay easy forever.
Because RZA's a genius. Of course, we all figured that out a long time ago. You had, when you look into the crowd, you had people our age, gray-haired white people, gray-haired old people, beards, but they were there with their kids. And that shit was so beautiful that RZA put that spin on it because, again, you took it from just being a show and made it an experience.
In the early years, RZA controlled almost every part of the Wu-Tang sound. He produced most of the music and shaped the group's identity from top to bottom. That control gave Wu-Tang a unique style that separated them from everybody else in hip-hop. But as the members grew older and more successful, some started wanting to try new ideas and different sounds. That was a natural shift for artists looking to evolve creatively. U-God even said he had issues with RZA because RZA wanted everyone to be under his control. Some members wanted to work with different producers or explore fresh collaborations to expand their reach. Those changes did not automatically mean betrayal or major conflict. It showed how difficult it could be to balance personal creativity with keeping the Wu-Tang vision together as one unit. For RZA, protecting the original Wu-Tang identity while giving members freedom became a tough balancing act.
You've been known in the industry for a while. You know, a lot of people say, oh, that are not from the area, I guess, say, oh, Wu-Tang Clan is new on the scene, you know, Wu-Tang Clan. You have been around for a while doing different things. Tell the people a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, I've been around for a while, man. You know, I've been doing a lot of stuff too. I did a joint with Super Cat, Biggie Smalls, but all that, you know, all that is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Because outside of the business, it's still hip hop, and that's what I love. You know what I'm saying? Forget all the rest of it. I just love the music.
On top of that, business pressure kept growing. Solo deals, tours, and brand partnerships made scheduling and money decisions way more complicated. Questions about royalties, creative credit, and long-term plans started coming up more often. That was expected for a group this big, but Wu-Tang's massive influence made every decision feel even heavier because it affected the entire brand. Raekwon also admitted he had issues with RZA, saying he was always speaking up for the family, while the group was not always telling RZA how they truly felt. Even with those problems, Wu-Tang Clan never officially broke up. Instead, members spent more time focused on solo careers, which made many fans think the group was slowly drifting apart. Some albums even dropped with only part of the crew involved. Public appearances from Wu-Tang became more rare, and interviews sometimes hinted at creative differences behind the scenes. Since the group was not constantly active together, rumors started spreading fast. Fans questioned whether tension and distance had quietly taken over, even without an official breakup. Still, Wu-Tang's legacy kept getting bigger with every generation. Their influence stayed locked into music and culture, but one question never disappeared. Could the entire group truly come together again? Just when it looked like Wu-Tang might stay a legendary but distant name, RZA came forward with a serious plan to reunite everybody and remind fans why the group's unity mattered so much. In 2018, RZA introduced what he called a 5-year plan for Wu-Tang Clan. The idea was not only about new music, he wanted to celebrate their history while setting up the future too. The plan included documentaries, TV projects about the group's rise, and major tours designed to bring all the members back onto the world stage. Pulling that together was not easy at all. Method Man was busy acting in movies and television, while other members were handling solo projects and personal responsibilities. But RZA believed that if they could line everything up, they could build something powerful for themselves and the fans. One by one, the members got on board, and the reunion tours proved RZA's vision still had serious power. Co-headlining tours with Nas, a Las Vegas residency, and a massive farewell arena run pulled huge crowds everywhere. Even cities that were never considered major Wu-Tang markets sold out fast. The numbers were wild, with millions in ticket sales and generations of fans showing up together to witness the group live. RZA handled the tours with serious attention to detail. The set lists gave every member their own spotlight, while the visuals turned each concert into a full experience instead of just another rap show. The mission was bigger than performing old records. It was about honoring the Wu-Tang legacy and showing the culture how deep their impact still runs. As the tours kept growing, one thing became obvious. Wu-Tang's influence never disappeared. It actually became stronger with time. But the biggest proof of RZA's impact did not come from awards or ticket numbers. It came from Method Man himself. After years of watching everything unfold, Method Man finally spoke openly about RZA's role in the group's comeback. Instead of criticism, he gave RZA major praise, calling him a genius, a statement that hit hard across hip-hop because RZA's a genius. Of course, we all figured that out a long time ago. Method Man gave credit to the strategy behind Wu-Tang's reunion tours and the way RZA turned them into full experiences instead of basic concerts. He said the idea of a final tour created real excitement, making fans feel like they were witnessing a major moment in hip-hop history. He also talked about the different generations showing up at the shows. Fans who grew up on Wu-Tang were now standing beside their own kids, with entire families rapping every lyric together. That energy proved the music had lasted far beyond one era. According to Method Man, that connection showed how powerful Wu-Tang's impact really became. He made it clear the group works best together, saying their strength comes from the collective energy they create as a team. Method Man's praise went beyond music too. He pointed to RZA's leadership behind the scenes, from organizing tours to keeping the group focused on the long-term vision. He even mentioned details like quality travel setups and making sure every member had comfort and space on the road. Those things might sound small to outsiders, but inside a touring group they matter a lot. By speaking on those efforts publicly, Method Man gave fans a rare look at how much work RZA put into keeping Wu-Tang united for all these years. Instead of focusing on old rumors and drama, Method Man pointed to the real work it takes to keep a group like Wu-Tang running smoothly. He admitted bringing so many strong personalities together is never easy, but said the result becomes special when the whole team is locked in together. He also stressed how important Wu-Tang's legacy has become. At this point, the group is bigger than albums or hit songs. Wu-Tang turned into a cultural institution with decades of influence, and protecting that legacy takes planning, patience, and respect. That is why Method Man openly praised RZA's leadership. In a time when headlines love pushing conflict and controversy, his comments shifted the conversation toward respect, loyalty, and appreciation instead. For years, fans kept guessing about tension inside the group, often treating silence or distance as proof something was seriously wrong. But Method Man's words gave a different perspective. He showed that even when disagreements happen, the respect between the members never fully disappeared. He reminded people that legendary groups change over time. Careers grow, personal lives shift, and creative goals evolve. Any group that lasts for decades will face difficult moments and periods of separation. But those moments do not always define the full story. Sometimes they are simply part of growth, and Method Man made it clear that Wu-Tang's history cannot be reduced to rumors, gossip, or internet speculation alone. Wu-Tang Clan was built on shared experiences that go all the way back to the beginning of each member's journey. That history became one of the group's biggest strengths. Even through creative differences, business pressure, and decades in the spotlight, Wu-Tang still stands as one of hip-hop's most influential groups ever. Their music continues connecting with multiple generations. Classic songs still dominate cultural conversations, while younger fans keep discovering Wu-Tang through family, social media, and the group's lasting influence. Their tours also keep pulling huge crowds, proving the movement never lost power. It only grew bigger with time. That is what made Method Man calling RZA a genius hit so hard. It was not just a compliment. It was recognition of the leadership and vision needed to build something as massive and complicated as Wu-Tang Clan. Keeping a group together for decades takes patience, planning, and understanding both music and business. By publicly giving RZA credit, Method Man showed how important that leadership has been in shaping Wu-Tang's legacy and keeping the group strong through the years. The tensions and struggles that once looked huge now feel like part of a much bigger journey for Wu-Tang Clan. With time came perspective, and with perspective came respect for everything the group survived together. Instead of focusing on old problems, Method Man's comments shine a light on the strength that kept Wu-Tang standing through every era. His message makes one thing clear: challenges will always exist inside creative groups, but shared history and real respect can hold everything together when it matters most. So what did it really mean when Method Man finally spoke on RZA? It showed that behind all the rumors and gossip, there was always a deeper level of admiration and loyalty. It confirmed that the mastermind behind Wu-Tang's rise is still respected by the same people who helped build the movement from day one. Wu-Tang's story was never ordinary. It became proof of what can happen when raw talent connects with vision, strategy, and unity. Even after decades in the spotlight, the group continues evolving while still honoring its roots. And with the final tours bringing fans together across generations, Wu-Tang's legacy feels bigger than ever. When one legend calls another a genius, that is not just praise, it is history speaking for itself. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, share this with other Wu-Tang fans, and drop a comment below with your favorite Wu-Tang moment or track.